Hello and welcome to Gaming News This Week, a new weekly show where we look back over the week's biggest news in gaming and discuss what we think about it. This week has been very interesting, and we've seen everything from a new Resident Evil game leaked to Xbox firing back and letting us know they're definitely making a next-gen console. It's just that we might not be able to afford it. And quickly, before we get straight into it, this is episode 1 of Gaming News This Week. So if you do enjoy it, please leave a like and comment below with your thoughts and opinions to let me know if you want more of this content. Alright, let's go! John McClaren, a voice actor known for playing Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, has stated on his resume that he has been involved in Project Chambers and played a lead role. Project Chambers is, of course, the codename for Resident Evil 0 Remake, as it refers to, well, Rebecca Chambers, the game's kawaii medic protagonist. While John is a good-looking guy, I doubt he'd be Rebecca, so he's probably playing Billy, let's be honest. Rumours about possible Resident Evil 0 and Code Veronica remakes have just been swirling for some time now, with outlets like VGC and MP First having insider knowledge alongside reputable RE leakers like Dust Golem. This new info all but confirms that we will indeed be getting our hands on Resident Evil 0 Remake, but previous info from Dust Golem suggests that this will be after the Code Veronica remake, so we might not actually be playing Resident Evil 0 Remake until 2028? Yikes. Despite rumours swirling that Xbox is finished and won't be making any more hardware, mainly because of photos of stores selling off their stock of series consoles, we've now had confirmation that that's not the case at all. In an interview with Variety, Sarah Bond confirmed that Xbox has their next-gen hardware already in development, squashing fears that Team Green was going the way of the dodo. Well, for now, let's be real guys, I mean, who has $1,000 for a glorified Switch? We are 100% looking at making things in the future, said Bond. We have our next-gen hardware in development, we've been looking at prototyping, designing, we have a partnership that we've announced with AMD around it, so that is coming. What we saw here was an opportunity to innovate in a way to bring gamers another choice, in addition to our next-gen hardware. We are always listening to what players and creators want. When there is demand for innovation, we're going to build it, said Sarah Bond. I mean, does this change how you feel about Xbox, or is it too little too late after all the Game Pass price hikes and drama surrounding them? The Simpsons are coming to Fortnite with an entire mini-season and full Springfield map. Well, that's according to numerous trusted Fortnite leakers and insiders who have data mined the game's latest update and found more information on the apparent upcoming tie-in. According to Not Paolo on X, we won't just be getting a few new skins, this will be a month-long season like Star Wars Galactic Battle. The game will receive an entire Springfield map, with separate sections including the famous Springfield nuclear power plant. The Springfield map will also be cel-shaded, keeping it in line with the art style of the Simpsons animated series, and there are even rumours of LEGO versions of The Simpsons coming too. It's interesting because these kinds of crossovers are rare for the Simpsons brand, and we suspect that it will draw a lot of players who are bored of the game back in. Look, as if Phil Spencer and the Xbox crew just couldn't make it worse for themselves, they've now all but confirmed that the next generation Xbox we just heard about is going to absolutely destroy your bank account. In a new interview with Mashable, Xbox's Sarah Bond opened up about what the next Xbox looks like and how much it will cost. Well, I can tell you you're right, that the next generation console is going to be a very premium, very high-end curated experience, Bond stated. You're starting to see some of the thinking that we have in this handheld, but I don't want to give it all away. She, of course, was referring to the Xbox Ally consoles that just dropped there, with the X version costing and high-watering $1,000. But this comes after Xbox has increased the price of Game Pass and their series consoles in recent months, so it seems like Xbox is moving away from trying to fight PlayStation to appeal to a mass audience, and is only kind of developing expensive hardware for the executives in the ivory towers who can afford it. I mean, this seems completely tone deaf to me. has Team Green lost their minds? Remedy CEO Terry Virtala stepped down after issuing a profit warning to shareholders due to the abysmal sales of FBC Firebreak. Back in August, the company indicated that it was unhappy with the sales of the shooter, and despite increasing player numbers, that hasn't actually translated into profit for them. FBC Firebreak was designed as a game that evolves over time, said Virtala in August. Despite the rocky launch, we believe that we have a solid game to build on. Players who spent over an hour with the game reviewed the game mostly positively, showing us that the core experience of the game is entertaining. Talk about foreshadowing. It's a scary thought to think that Remedy might actually be in some serious hot water over a single game when they've produced amazing titles for the past decades like Alan Wake and Max Payne. But on the other hand, FBC really doesn't fit in with their library of immersive, gritty games, so it's not super surprising from an actual player's perspective. Bethesda announced the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, which in November marks 10 years since the game first launched on Xbox One, PS4 and PC. I really didn't know it had been that long, and this makes me feel super old. I don't know about you. What were you doing 10 years ago? When I first saw the trailer for this, I thought actually it would be cool and interesting and there might be lots of cool stuff, but it basically is just a bundle of the game with all of the DLC, which kind of is disappointing. They did drop a next-gen update last year, but come on. There is one new feature, however. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition also introduces a new in-game creations menu, according to Bethesda, which it says will make it easier to discover and download content from professional developers and fan creators. But to be honest, I think at this point we've all played every mod we can, and this is only going to appeal to the real diehards who are still playing Fallout 4 every day. The game is coming to Switch 2 next year though, so it might be a fun game to play on the go if you're not bored of Boston yet. I don't know, what do you think? Are you excited for this one? In a statement posted on the company's official corporate website, it was announced that Pokemon Z to A has sold 5.8 million copies in its first week. The Pokemon company also notes that of these 5.8 million sales, which includes both physical and digital versions of the game, around actually half of these were on Switch too. Now to compare, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's 10 million sales in 3 days still makes it the fastest selling single format game of all time. Pokemon Legends Z to A is the second entry in the Pokemon Legends series, following the actually critically acclaimed Legends Arceus, which released back in 2022 at this point. I know reviews of Z to A are mixed, but personally I'm playing it right now and having a good time in Lumio City. I'm not really a Pokemon player and have only played a few of the games, but the more story and open world focus, shall we say, of the Legends series really gels with me, and I do think this is a worthy successor to Arceus. If you're someone who plays Pokemon games way more than I do, then please do let me know what you think of the game, how it compares to the others, and whether you think I need to go back and play any of the older ones. According to Battlefield and Call of Duty news account Modern Warzone on X, a recent data mine of the EA app has revealed new content for the game which isn't in the planned Season 1 content. This new content is codenamed Granite and will be released on October the 28th, the same day as Season 1 starts. I think it's safe to say this is the Battlefield Battle Royale, the account claims on X. Earlier this month, Battlefield Studios stated that a Battle Royale mode would be one of the first things to be added to the game apart from its Seasons content. Now we know that Season 1 will consist of 3 waves of free post-launch content coming to the game between October and December, but if this leak is true, then we're going to be getting even more new Battlefield 6 content than we thought. Frankly, I think that EA has made up for the absolutely terrible 2042 and is really showing Call of Duty what gamers want. I actually think we might see COD numbers dip wildly this year thanks to Battlefield 6 too, so this is definitely one to watch. And those are all the biggest and latest news stories to come out this week. You've been watching Gaming News This Week. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.
I wish I could give you up, but you're my new